Hello, welcome to another PG rated review. I'm, of course, your host, Patrick Gleason from Out of the Basement. Today I'm talking about Black Panther. Saw it on the weekend, loved it. So did a lot of the people. I know it's the hype, it's doing record breaking things, even for Marvel. Again, they hit it perfectly. Now, I mean, I do have some issues with it, which I'll get into in the spoiler section. But overall, it is a superhero movie, so that's what some of the issues will be. The 3G is okay, but well worth it. But it's great. It's wonderful, and it's hopefully going to stand the test of time. Actually, I'll talk about that in the spoilers as well. I sort of hope it doesn't stand the test of time, and I'll explain at the end why. It's up there with, for me, Captain America Winter Soldier, not Civil War Winter Soldier, for how well everything comes together. There is a big cast, and yes, most of them are actually black and African, some of them as well. It's British and all that. But it's mostly a black cast for Black Panther, and most of it takes place in Africa. So those are really good things to see. But all the actors and actresses, they do a great job. Like they carry it. Now, I'm not gonna say all the actors' names because you can check it on IMDb, and I'm sure you've heard about them all over the place. But they do incredible. I'm just sort of ranting and gushing here because it is great. I would watch this one probably a few other more times. This, like I said, ranks up there with the top five Marvel movies easy. Now, Marvel, I'm considering Spider-Man: Homecoming as well because even though it's still somewhat Sony, Marvel had the rights back, and I'm even counting Logan in there because yes, even though it's not Marvel, it's still Marvel Hero, and I consider Logan a Marvel movie in the way. So, all that, Black Panther is one of the top five. The hero is okay. Like Black Panther in the comics is a king, and he is a king of Wakanda. They have their wealth and all that through vibranium, and most of the world is not aware of them for the longest time. The villain, though, again, the same as like in Spider-Man: Homecoming, the villain helps make it. Killmonger is an excellent multi-dimensional villain. He's not just a bad guy because, ooh, I want to take over the world, or ooh, something bad happened to me. Well, okay, technically it's so that, but he's more well-rounded than just that. He's got depth to what he's trying to do and why he's doing it. Andy Serkis is there as Claw again, which he did have an earlier part, and he's there. He's here again, and also does a great job. Forrest Whitaker is wonderful as the shaman and everything. So I know I can just keep gushing about the movie, and because I want to get into the stuff that issues with it and some more other stuff like that. So I'm just gonna give you my rating. Pretty much, it's now again. Remember, these ratings are based on what type of movie it is as well as how I felt when I watched it. So I'm gonna say 10 out of 12. Good beer, like not the premium imported stuff, not just the average domestic stuff you might buy here and there, but say a small microbrewery that you really like and you don't mind going out of the way, but it's not it's in your top import or your top brand that you get, but still a really decent beer. 10 out of 12. Yes, I know it's a high rating, but again, remember, this is a comic book movie that does it well. Uh, it's pretty much like similar to Deadpool, although there's issues with Deadpool 1, so again, I like them. So, like, 9 out of 10, 9 or 10 out of 12 pack. It all depends on how you're feeling and all that, but that's my rating. Now, for some of the things I didn't like, and this is going to get into spoilers, but not that much, but somewhat. Again, though, the 3D and the Marvel superhero fight scenes get too hard to follow. They too much quick editing, too much going on, too much CGI, all over the place, and that's what to me makes it not as enjoyable. That's what takes it out for me is those moments where you see obviously a 3D CGI Rhino, and also all over the screen in the background, tons of this. So that's why I was like, yeah, that those fight scenes aren't that great. Now, as I said, Killmonger is a great villain. He has a good background. Um, I'm not happy again with it though because spoilers. A, they kill off Claw and they kill off Killmonger. Superhero movies, guys, you need to keep your good villains to use over and over again. Spider-Man: Homecoming did it. They kept the Vulture alive. That's important. So like, quit killing off your villains, especially if it's a really good villain. Thor still has Loki, even though he's not quite as much of a villain as he used to be. He's still there. So quit killing off good villains. Killmonger would have been excellent to come back as a redemption story. He could have been alive, realized his mistakes, same as Bucky. Why couldn't you do the Bucky redemption with Killdozer? It's like he did have some good ideas. He wanted to stop the oppression and treatment of the blacks and other oppressed people around the world, which is perfect. I mean, yes, he was going about it in a violent way. It's not good, but what he wanted to do was a good idea. And that's why he was actually a good villain. And isn't the problem with King T'Challa? What it brings up is the fact that the problem with Wakanda is a monarchy that's decided who rules by trial by combat. Most civilizations got away from that a long time ago because it's not a proper or good way to get a decent leader. Killmonger won fair and square. If he hadn't thrown him off the waterfall, he should have just put the spear through T'Challa's face. That's it. He's now the king. He would have destroyed Wakanda and a lot of the world would have gone to war. But that's it. And that's the problem why Wakanda's and the king T'Challa has problems with there, because they show, monarchies don't work well, and this is why. So I was kind of hoping in the teaser at the very end, like the credit scene, that he would have been announcing, like, I'm going to, introduce a council of elders who will slowly take over the running of the government from me. I'll still be Black Panther, protector of Wakanda, but then, these new elders of the tribes will become the council. They will now be running the government. I would have liked to have seen that. And the reason I was saying earlier of how I hope this doesn't, it doesn't hold up in a few years, is because I'm actually socialist and humanist. I'd like to see us get past the part where there's so many people that still get oppressed in modern times in so-called civilized societies. Well, Africa's still being treated badly. Just look at the Ebola, one that happened a while ago. Oh, it's mostly a black thing. It's mostly Africa. That's what I'm saying. It would have been. I'm hoping, in my heart, that those things go away. So in 50 years, people will watch the Black Panther go, that was an issue. Well, I don't understand. Same as being a Canadian, when I watched As Good as It Gets, and the whole big part of the theme was trying to get money to afford medical bills. As a Canadian, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand, because we get free health care. So that's just an aside, but as I said, Killmonger, I really hate how they kill off most of their villains in Marvel movies. He should have been around. They should have kept him like they did Bucky and do the redemption story. If you realize that the violence is not the full way to do it, T'Challa could have like, hey, you know what? You can be my regent when I go away, learn the ways of the things and that. So that's my big one. And like I said, just the overall CGI stuff, and also like vibranium. Oh my god. Okay, vibranium was sort of the metal that absorbed energy, which basically meant, if you get shot, it's going to absorb all the kinetic energy, which goes nowhere. The physics, not important. But like I said, Captain America's shield and other ones, that's why it's so valuable. But it's also being able to manipulate and make energy weapons with it, and also science, like all sorts of technology. And Wakanda was never discovered how exactly. I understand when they started getting in the modern times, they developed stuff to hide themselves, but if they're that advanced a long time ago, you mean to tell me not one king the entire time is like, you know what, let's unite Africa, especially when we're seeing a whole bunch of other people being taken as slaves and being fucked over and genocide almost against them. Not one ruler in the entire time Wakanda was there went, let's help out some other African countries to give them a little bit of an edge. But hey, like I said, that's one of those other issues that's there in Black Panther. So sorry for the ums and ahs. I apologize. I was just doing this off the cuff because I've been busy and I wanted to do a review for you guys. So that's my review. Again, 9, 10 out of 12 good beers in microbrewery type. And I hope you like it. If not, that's up to you. Like I said, movies are, it's on your opinion. It's your own entertainment. Fuck. Avatar made billions of dollars and I hated that piece of shit. So I like Black Panther, and that's it. Thank you very much, and catch you next time. Hi, if you liked that video, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if not, just do it for the kitten.